we need to segue to Minglewood Hall.
Sure.
Yes,
For
we
Tora
do.
Tora
Oh, yeah.
show. And we definitely talked about it soon after it all happened, but let's give some context. So Tora Tora was playing Minglewood.
Mhm.
Our friends Fever Tree were opening.
Yeah.
And Fever Tree ends literally within seconds of the last note, power drops.
Right.
And the whole block
Thunderstorm comes through, knocks everything out.
out.
And
So-
this is a big show. It's a big deal. A lot of people from out of town coming to see Tora Tora. They are a longtime national act, big deal, and they didn't want to let them down.
Yeah, so the lights pop on for 1 second, and then they go out again.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's 500 people are booing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then we find out that the word is around, like Matt is got a generator in his truck. He's
Mhm.
pulling up, and next thing I know, you're pulling wires from your truck all the way through the back of the hall and into the stage, and you set up a little digital mixer and powered speakers, and it was
Anthony Quarters,
Anthony, yeah.
he's running around like getting ready to do some stuff for these people. And the other three members of the band are all back here in a chair just twiddling their thumbs because it's going to be an acoustic show at this point with Anthony
Yeah.
doing his thing and the other guys are just hanging at this point. So,
well, the stereotype of the '80s bands having those roadies that they just through and through them, and they're just figuring this shit out. And there you are. Oh, I got a generator built in my truck. Hey, I didn't know that existed.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, the way you just fired that all up, it was really cool.
Yeah.
you literally saved the night.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. Fever Tree gets done.
Yeah.
I'm going out there setting up Keith's pedal board, turning the amps on. First, I set up the pedal board, I turn around and turn the amp on. There's no light. I'm like, oh, man, amp's out. And I'm thinking, why don't they turn the stage lights on so I can see what I'm doing?
Right.
And so the next amp is off. I'm like, wait a minute, we don't have power.
When the lights, for me, my perspective, the lights dropped, and I thought it was because it was the end of the show.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
That's what I thought.
they never came back on. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
We sat there and talked for a few minutes backstage. Everybody was talking, and Anthony's like, man, if the power don't come on, I'm just going to go out there and play acoustic right there, right out there. And so he goes out there to address the crowd and tell them, hey, man, we're waiting a little bit to see what happens. And nobody could hear him. And I'm like, there's no way he's going to be able to play this.
Yeah.
And then it clicked. I'm like, I got a generator. So I went to Corey and I said, hey, man, I got a crazy idea, but you're going to have to follow me on this one. And he looked at me like I was nuts.
Yeah.
And then he said, well, let's try it. So they started setting up the board and pulled the power speakers out. I got the truck out, run power, and
Where did you pull the truck up at? Did you have to
to the
illegally
back
park
door.
back there?
yeah, a little bit.
Who cares? No, like Corey. Who is Corey? Let's give everybody credit that had a hand in this.
He's the general manager at Minglewood Hall.
Okay.
And just a super dude. I've known him quite a while, and just the fact that he listened to me on that one blew my mind.
Well, he obviously
that
trusted
was a
you.
crazy
Yeah.
idea.
It
But
was crazy. It worked. It got the job done.